In today's world of overpriced grocery stores and misleading marketing tactics, it's easy to fall victim to buying items that are either unnecessary or ridiculously overpriced. But don't worry, you're not alone. We've all been there, strolling down the aisles, convinced that we need the newest food item, only to get home and realize we've been scammed. So let's talk about 25 of these products. The ones you think are a must-have, but are really nothing more than clever marketing strategies designed to drain your wallet. 1. Pre-cut vegetables. The convenience trap. One of the biggest scams at the grocery store is the pre-cut vegetable section. It seems like a great idea, right? Pre-chopped onions, peppers, carrots, and even sweet potatoes ready to toss into your recipe without any effort. But here's the kicker. You're paying a premium for something that takes mere minutes to do yourself. The price difference is often outrageous compared to buying the whole vegetable. And if you think about it, the pre-cut produce is often less fresh, as it starts to degrade once it's chopped. You're essentially paying for someone else's labor, but at a markup that's just not worth it. So, next time you reach for that pre-chopped bag of carrots, ask yourself, is this really worth the price? R. Bottled water. The overpriced hydration. You've seen it all over the place, haven't you? Rows and rows of bottled water, each brand claiming to be the cleanest, purest, and most refreshing option out there. But let's be real. Buying bottled water is one of the biggest scams you can fall for. Sure, it's convenient if you're on the go, but the truth is, much of the bottled water you're paying for is essentially tap water in a plastic bottle, often with a markup of 0% or more. Not to mention the environmental impact of all that plastic waste. You can get the same hydration with a reusable water bottle and a filter, saving you money and reducing your environmental footprint. 3. Name brand breakfast cereals. The sugar-fueled ripoff. If you're a parent, you know the drill. Your kids beg for those sugary breakfast cereals with the colorful boxes and cartoon characters. But here's the truth. You're not only paying for the flashy marketing, but also for the convenience of a branded name. Many of these cereals are loaded with sugar, unhealthy fats, and little nutritional value. But they sure are expensive. There's often a store-brand version that's just as good, if not better, for a fraction of the price. The next time you're standing in front of that cereal aisle, take a good look at the ingredients list and ask yourself, is this worth the sugar rush and the price? 4. Organic packaged foods. A marketing ploy. Let's talk about organic food for a second. While buying organic is undoubtedly a good choice for your health, it's important to recognize that not all organic foods are created equal. Many packaged organic foods like organic cookies, chips, and frozen meals are overpriced simply because they carry the organic label. While organic produce is typically a great option, many processed organic foods are not necessarily healthier than their non-organic counterparts. In fact, they're often packed with sugar, salt, and preservatives, just like their conventional versions. So, before you pick up that organic granola bar or snack, read the label and make sure you're actually getting what you're paying for. 5. Healthy snack bars. The false promise of nutrition. Snack bars are marketed as healthy, convenient, and filling. But many of them are nothing more than glorified candy bars in disguise. Sure, they're packed with protein or fiber, but they're also loaded with sugar and processed ingredients. Some of the popular healthy snack bars are essentially just a mix of processed carbs, sugar, and preservatives designed to keep you hooked. If you really want a nutritious snack, try whole foods like fruits, nuts, or even making your own homemade energy bars. You'll save money and avoid unnecessary added sugars. Leo, flavored yogurts. The sugar-laden deception. Yogurt has long been hailed as a healthy snack, and rightfully so. Plain yogurt is full of probiotics and calcium, making it a great choice for gut health and overall wellness. But here's the twist. Those deliciously flavored yogurts you see lining the shelves are loaded with sugar. In fact, many of them contain more sugar than a can of soda. While some brands may market themselves as low-fat or good for you, the excessive sweetness masks the reality. You're consuming a sugar bomb disguised as a health food. Instead of picking up flavored yogurts, opt for plain Greek yogurt, which is packed with protein and probiotics, and add your own fresh fruit or honey for a natural sweetener. C. Pre-packaged salad kits. The convenience overload. You've probably seen them pre-packaged salad kits filled with all the ingredients you need to throw together a salad in minutes. Lettuce, toppings, dressing, and maybe even a little cheese. It seems like a simple and convenient solution, but the truth is, you're paying a lot for something that could be easily made at home. The ingredients in these kits are often packaged in a way that reduces their freshness, and the salad dressing is usually full of unnecessary preservatives, sugars, and unhealthy fats. Plus, you can buy the same ingredients in bulk for a fraction of the price and make several salads at home. Save yourself the extra cash and opt for fresh vegetables, nuts, and dressing that you can customize to your taste. Buy single-serve snacks. The miniature money trap. Single-serve snack packages, think individual bags of chips, crackers, or fruit snacks, are the epitome of convenience. But convenience comes at a cost. These pre-portioned snacks are not only expensive per ounce, but they're also more wasteful because of all the extra packaging. You're essentially paying more for the convenience of not having to portion your snacks yourself. And let's not forget that these snacks often come with added preservatives and unnecessary sugars. Instead of reaching for the single-serving bags, buy in bulk and portion out your snacks yourself. You'll save money and reduce your waste at the same time. 9. Superfoods in powder form. The expensive hype. We've all heard about the benefits of superfoods, like spirulina, acai, or matcha. These trendy ingredients have been marketed as miracle workers that can boost your energy, immunity, and overall health. But here's the reality. Many of these superfoods in powder form are outrageously expensive, and for the most part, offer minimal health benefits beyond what you can get from a balanced diet. Sure, they may have some nutrients, but the price tag is often far greater than the actual value they provide. Don't be swayed by the buzzwords. Stick to eating a wide variety of whole fruits, vegetables, and grains for a well-rounded diet that gives you the nutrients you need without the premium price. 10. Pre-made smoothies. The overpriced convenience. Smoothies have become a popular health food choice, but many of the pre-made smoothies you see in the frozen aisle are nothing more than overpriced sugar shakes. These smoothies often contain added sugars, syrups, and sometimes even artificial flavors that completely undermine the health benefits of the fruits and vegetables they're supposed to be made from. Instead of grabbing a pre-made smoothie, consider making your own at home, using fresh or frozen fruits, vegetables, and a handful of nuts or seeds for a protein boost. It's easy, healthier, and much cheaper than buying a ready-made one from the store. Pre-packaged deli meats. The pricey processed protein. When you're at the deli counter, the convenience of pre-packaged sliced meats like turkey, ham, or roast beef might seem like a time saver. However, you're likely being charged a premium for these convenience foods, which are often loaded with sodium, preservatives, and other artificial additives. Plus, most deli meats are processed, which can strip them of the nutritional value you'd get from a whole, unprocessed cut of meat. Instead of buying pre-packaged deli meats, consider purchasing fresh cuts of meat and slicing them at home, or even choosing healthier alternatives like rotisserie chicken or lean cuts of beef or pork. You'll save money and get a much fresher product. Diet foods. The hidden sugar trap. Low-fat, fat-free, and diet foods have long been marketed as the healthier option. But these products are often packed with sugar, artificial sweeteners, and other chemicals to make up for the loss of flavor. The reality is, many of these so-called diet foods are not only unhealthier than their regular counterparts, but they also often trick you into thinking you're eating something better for you. For example, fat-free yogurt or low-fat salad dressings may seem like a good option, but they often contain excessive amounts of added sugar to make up for the flavor loss. The better choice? Eat whole, unprocessed foods and make your own meals from scratch, so you're in full control of the ingredients. Packaged snack foods. The cheap, processed junk. It's easy to grab a bag of chips, pretzels, or cookies when you're craving a snack, but most of these packaged foods are highly processed and contain little to no nutritional value. Even healthier options, like baked chips or gluten-free snacks, are often loaded with unhealthy oils, sugars, and preservatives to enhance flavor. Not to mention, the price per ounce is usually absurdly high. Instead of reaching for a bag of chips, try a homemade option like air-popped popcorn, roasted nuts, or fruit. These snacks are not only healthier, but also more satisfying and much cheaper. 14. Frozen, healthy meals, the deceptive convenience. Frozen meals are often marketed as a quick and easy way to eat healthy when you're in a rush. However, many of these meals, especially those labeled as healthy, are often packed with sodium, preservatives, and unnecessary additives to prolong shelf life. The healthy labels are often misleading, as the meals may be high in sugar or processed fats. Plus, they tend to be much more expensive than preparing a fresh meal at home. Rather than opting for frozen meals, consider prepping meals ahead of time or buying fresh ingredients to make your own. You'll save money and avoid the additives and preservatives that come with frozen meals. 15. Bottled salad dressings, the store-bought trap. If you've ever looked at the ingredients on a bottle of store-bought salad dressing, you'll know that they're often filled with preservatives, added sugars, unhealthy oils, and artificial flavors. Salad dressings can easily be made at home using simple ingredients like olive oil, vinegar, lemon juice, and herbs. Not only will making your own dressing save you money, but it will also allow you to control the ingredients, ensuring that you're getting a healthier product without any hidden additives. Plus, homemade dressings can be tailored to suit your taste, something you can't say for most pre-made options. 16. Frozen vegetables, the freshness myth. Frozen vegetables are often touted as just as good as fresh ones, but many consumers are unaware of the truth. While freezing preserves most of the nutrients in vegetables, the quality can still degrade over time, especially if they've been sitting in the freezer for months. What's more, frozen veggies are often priced higher than their fresh counterparts. If you're buying frozen vegetables, you may be paying more for the same or even lower quality. Fresh produce, on the other hand, tends to be more affordable and, when properly stored, can last just as long as frozen vegetables without the added price. Opting for fresh veggies when in season will not only be better for your wallet, but also better for your health. 17. Gourmet ice cream, the overpriced indulgence. Ice cream is a beloved treat, but when it comes to premium, gourmet ice cream brands, you're often paying a ridiculous markup for fancy packaging and ingredients that are no better than the cheaper alternatives. Many so-called gourmet ice creams use more sugar, additives, and artificial flavorings than you may realize. The next time you're in the frozen section, don't get lured in by the glamorous pictures and fancy labels. There are high-quality ice cream options available at lower prices, and often, they're just as delicious as those premium tubs. Or, better yet, try making your own ice cream at home with fresh, simple ingredients. Trust me, it'll taste just as good, if not better. Sherba. Pre-packaged smoothie mixes, the pricey convenience. Smoothie mixes are marketed as a quick and healthy meal option, but the reality is that these pre-packaged bags are overpriced and often filled with added sugars, artificial sweeteners, and preservatives. What's even worse is that they often contain minimal real fruit or vegetables. Making your own smoothies at home is not only much cheaper, but it also lets you control the ingredients. A combination of frozen fruits, leafy greens, and healthy add-ins like flax seeds or protein powder will give you a much more nutritious smoothie for a fraction of the price. Plus, you can avoid the added sugars and preservatives found in those pre-made packets. 19. Fruit juices, the sugar trap in disguise. Many of us believe that fruit juices are healthy, especially those that claim to be 100% pure or organic. But here's the catch: fruit juices, even the ones that claim to have no added sugar, are packed with sugar in the form of natural fruit sugars. A single glass can often have as much sugar as a can of soda, without the fiber and nutrients that come from eating whole fruit. If you're looking for hydration, water is always the best choice. If you do want to drink something fruit-flavored, consider making your own juice at home by blending whole fruits and vegetables. This way, you can control the sweetness and make a much healthier option. 20. Energy drinks, the expensive and unnecessary boost. Energy drinks are everywhere these days, with claims of providing a quick boost of energy, focus, and alertness. But the truth is, these drinks are often filled with sugar, caffeine, and artificial ingredients that do more harm than good. While the temporary energy boost might seem appealing, it's usually followed by a crash, leaving you feeling more exhausted than before. Not only are they expensive, but energy drinks can also have negative health effects if consumed regularly. For a healthier energy boost, opt for green tea or a smoothie packed with fruits and vegetables. You'll get sustained energy without the sugar and additives that come with energy drinks. Arshayi. Pre-made pizza dough. The dough scam. Buying pre-made pizza dough seems like a convenient option when you're craving pizza, but it's often more expensive than buying the basic ingredients to make your own dough. The process of making pizza dough at home is incredibly simple and takes just a few ingredients: flour, water, yeast, salt, and a little olive oil. And the best part, you can make enough dough for multiple pizzas, saving you a ton of money. Pre-made dough, on the other hand, is often overpriced and sometimes comes with preservatives or artificial flavors that affect the taste and texture. So, roll up your sleeves and make your own dough. It's cheaper, fresher, and much more satisfying. 22. Low sodium or salt-free foods, the sneaky markup. Low sodium and salt-free foods are marketed as heart-healthy and a must-have for those watching their salt intake. While it's true that cutting back on sodium is important, don't be fooled by the marketing tactics. Many of these low-sodium products come with a much higher price tag than their regular counterparts. In reality, most people don't need to buy special low-sodium versions of things like canned vegetables or soups. Simply opt for fresh ingredients when you can, or make your own meals from scratch. If you're concerned about sodium, you can always control the amount of salt you add when preparing meals at home, saving both money and unnecessary additives. 23. Vegan junk food, the expensive plant-based trap. The plant-based food market has exploded in recent years, with many vegan and vegetarian options popping up on store shelves. While plant-based eating can be a great choice for your health, don't be swayed by the idea that all vegan food is healthy. Many packaged vegan foods, such as vegan burgers, cheeses, and snacks, are highly processed and filled with unhealthy ingredients like refined oils, excessive salt, and artificial flavors. Not only are these products often not as nutritious as whole plant foods, but they also come with a hefty price tag. Instead of reaching for processed vegan junk food, try incorporating whole plant foods like beans, lentils, and vegetables into your meals. These are much cheaper, healthier, and more sustainable in the long run. 24. Gluten-free packaged foods, the overpriced health foods. While gluten-free diets are essential for people with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, many people without these conditions have jumped on the gluten-free bandwagon, thinking it's a healthier choice. The reality? Gluten-free packaged foods are often just as unhealthy, if not more so, than their gluten-filled counterparts. These foods are typically made with refined flours, starches, and added sugars to compensate for the lack of gluten. The price for gluten-free products is also much higher, making them a poor investment. If you're looking to cut gluten from your diet, focus on naturally gluten-free foods like fruits, vegetables, rice, and quinoa, instead of relying on expensive, processed gluten-free alternatives. Arshawu. Expensive cooking oils. The oil price markup. Cooking oils are essential for many meals, but did you know that you're often overpaying for certain types? Olive oil, avocado oil, and coconut oil are all marketed as premium oils, with higher price tags to match. While they certainly have health benefits, you don't necessarily need to splurge on these oils for everyday cooking. Olive oil is great for salad dressings and drizzling over dishes, but when it comes to cooking, vegetable oil or canola oil works just as well and is often much more affordable. For baking or frying, don't be fooled by the fancy labels. You can save money by choosing basic oils that get the job done without the fancy marketing and inflated prices.